It's time for the MoonShot Money This Week, Next Week Roundup as Chase, Isaac, and Mike recap the investing week and look ahead to next week.
Good Friday, everyone, and welcome to the MoonShot Money This Week, Next Week Roundup. Along with Chase and Isaac Vickers, I'm Mike Vickers. We're glad to have you along with us today, and we hope you're okay out there. We know it's been a red week, with Thursday a little bit of green, and we don't know how things are going to end today. It's Friday, February the 25th, 2022, and this is episode number 8. Hey, we changed the name of this series from Weekly Roundup to This Week, Next Week Roundup because we want to give you not only a recap of this week, but crystal ball a little bit and talk about what we are looking forward to next week as well. And, I hope that makes sense to everyone. Now, guys, let's start with some highlights of this week. Real quick bullet points. War breaks out in Europe as Russia launches full-scale war on Ukraine, as I'm sure everybody knows.
Oh, yeah.
And that's hard to believe. Biden issues an early tranche of sanctions this week, and then yesterday added more sanctions that he said will play out over time. We here in the United States are on high alert, watching for cyber attacks. Some banks, power grids, water supplies, etc. are exposed, we're being told. And as the United States sanctions Russia, Canada sanctions some of its own citizens.
Wow.
The new Omicron infections in the United States have plummeted 90% from a pandemic high in a little over a month. Plummeted 90%.
Good
That's
news.
Great news, right? Consumer inflation is at a 40-year high. Producer inflation, too, is at a 40-year high. Those two things together, not good. Many people are saying that the Ukraine and the Russian war would push inflation to 10%. I sure hope not. That would be terrible.
I hope not.
I do say, yes, that gasoline is going to $4 a gallon across the board and much higher, probably in New York and California. We are all going to feel the pain at the pump and at the grocery store, so to speak. Who could blame us? But investors are going risk off with all this uncertainty. The Dow Jones Industrial Average slipped into correction territory this week, joining the Russell 2000, the S&P 500, and the NASDAQ, which were already in correction. Guys, the first part of this week was the worst ever for my portfolio.
Wow.
The first part of this week was the worst ever.
Yeah.
It has made 1929 look like the good old days. You know what I'm saying? At one point this week, I was down 21%.
Good grief.
In just 1 week. It's hard to fathom. And money is moving into gold and treasury bonds and safer type assets. Well, Isaac, people are saying that we need a hero right now. Some are actually putting out the bat signal for you.
Yes, I'm aware. I also have superhero friends ready to respond.
That's good.
But my most confusing superhero friend is Invisible Man. He's very hard to follow. And when my friend Thor throws a hammer, he's a hero. When I throw a hammer, I'm out of control and banned from Home Depot.
Banned from Home Depot.
So you tried the Thor technique, huh? Oh my goodness. Well, Mastermind, have you bought or sold
Tesla.
any? You sold Tesla?
No, I bought.
All right. Thank you, Isaac. So Chase, it's I know it's been a little bit of a crazy week for you. So why don't you tell us what's been going on with you this week?
Yeah, I mean, it's a crazy week. Well, started out the week my grandfather ended up in the hospital this week. He's still recovering from a major battle with COVID. Made a decent recovery, but still having some complications there. Ended up in the hospital. Had to go into emergency surgery early on Thursday morning, but the word is it was a successful surgery, and we're
that's great.
in wait and see mode, hoping for the best, praying for the best. But so that's kind of been a lot of my attention's been there.
Sure.
But the war over in Ukraine obviously is concerning. I know it's been a pretty rough week for most anyone's portfolio. But yeah, I mean, I'm a long-term investor. I'm not looking to make a buck next week. I'm looking at this for the long haul, and I did some buying as well, as Thor or Home Depot band man, whatever, mentioned. I bought Tesla this week. I also wanted to add to my NVIDIA holdings. I bought more NVIDIA, and I bought a little bit more Apple as well, a little bit more JP Morgan Chase, and also added to, I don't have a very huge position there, but I added some NIO, the electric vehicle company there in China, so added to that as well. We're just going to dollar cost average in and watch this thing as it falls, and hope that this time next year we'll be glad that we did.
Yeah, I think so. This week has been hard. I've taken some profits from a little bit of my Blink charging stock. I was still in profit there, and I bought some more Tesla this week at 800. I bought some more at 775, and then yesterday morning I bought some at 760. And yesterday we found out that Tesla is expanding their Shanghai factory to be able to get into more production there. And I know there are some things swirling around Elon and the SEC and a Berlin, Germany possible lawsuit there about the Berlin plant. So there's a lot of things going on, but again, like you said, Chase, we're in it for the long haul. I believe a year from now we'll be very, very glad that we bought more shares of Tesla. This week, also I've bought some Apple, some Microsoft, Google, EXXON, and Shopify. Some of those purchases were whole shares and some were fractional shares because Google's extremely expensive. But you take Shopify, it's an incredible opportunity,
Absolutely.
I believe, right now. And so, guys, let's as we said in the intro, let's look forward now at next week. There are 4 key indicators that move the markets. 4 indicators that move the stock market. Some are lagging indicators and some are leading indicators. Next Friday, I believe, 2 monthly reports are coming out in regards to employment, and these reports are going to be big indicators. Number 1, the unemployment rate, and number 2, the non-farm payroll reports. These reports are going to tell us how healthy the jobs market is in this country, and it's a very, very important indicator. So we're going to be watching that to see how that is going to affect this market. I think right now there's so much has been priced in. So much has already been baked in.
Yeah.
But next week, I really do think that volatility is going to continue as the fallout from this war takes place. We're nowhere near. We're just getting started. Yeah. Inflation is another major economic indicator, and not next week, okay, but on March the 10th. March the 10th, we will get the CPI, or the Consumer Price Index report, which measures the change in prices that we're paying for goods. And guys, if this number comes in hot, from where it is last month at 7.5%, if it comes in 8, 8.5, 9, 10, we're in for a lot more pain in this market. Yeah. And I personally, I hate to say it, but I personally think that we're going to see a bad CPI number, and I think we need to be buckling up. Chase, anything else or at all?
Yeah. I mean, it's a tough, it takes nerves of steel right now to buy. A lot of people are saying sell the rip instead of buying the dip. Yeah. A lot of uncertainty out there. I look at some of these companies in my portfolio and know that I was buying them at much higher prices. So I'm just not going to worry about trying to catch the bottom and just every few days look at if it seems to be a good deal, adding to that, and just hold on for the ride.
Yep, hold on. All right. Well, Isaac, is your mind clear?
Yes.
All right. All right. So on our way out the door, let me thank you for being with us today. Help us get these videos out to as many people as possible. So hit that like button for us and subscribe and leave us a comment below. We love to hear from all of you. Earn more, save more, invest more, and give much more. Have a great weekend, everybody.